break things like myself. Hopefully not. Is that okay? Cool, cool. But to start off, to make it more awkward, I'm going to ask for your participation. And on the count of 1, 2, 3, I need you to yell 2 words back at me. Can you guys do that? Yeah. Okay. You're going to yell, "Speak, Lord," as loud as you can. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Speak, Lord!
For your servant is here listening, and no longer am I slumbering, but I was merely wondering if you'd open up these blinded eyes to see, and maybe, just maybe, these deafened ears for hearing. Because, to be completely honest, I'm lucky that this calloused heart is still even beating, and I'm standing here, Lord. I'm screaming, Lord, I may not be ready, but I'm certainly more than willing to love the lost and the hurting, to raise the dead and wake the living. To raise the dead and wake the living. And death, where is your sting? And this grave, your victory. I will proclaim this with everything inside of me, with every fiber of this fragile, broken being. The deaf's ears shall hear, and the mute will sing, and the dead will rise as blinded eyes are opened for the very first time. But nobody believes in the raising of the dead anymore. As you walk in and find your own mother laying there dead on the floor with heroine in her shriveled veins, slowly shutting down what's left of that shattered brain, and finally knowing everything you've ever done for her was nothing but in vain. But you see, this is a story you cannot take away. Because I alone was standing there on that day, there in that place, hidden somewhere between mercy and grace, seeking not but the Savior's face, and attempting to stir up what little faith this life had yet to claim. And it was a strange thing, standing there in that bedroom between those dirty used needles and burnt silver spoons, just trying to get some sort of reaction out of my mom, and struggling to cope with the fact that she was actually gone. And so I reached for that telephone and dialed 911 in much the same manner I had done just a week ago before, and explained to that operator that I had found my mother dead on the floor. And somewhere between that initial phone call and when those EMTs arrived, I felt a spark of faith begin to ignite on the inside. And as I began to pray, I began to believe. And I saw the miraculous happen as my mother's chest began to heave, and life entered back into those breathless lungs, and sight returned to those cloudy, gray eyes. And it was there that I realized that my God was who he said he was, and he was very much alive.